Hello and welcome. Today we're going to explore how to use AI inside D4E to connect to a database, extract its schema, and build SQL applications that business users can run with just a click. This session will be useful for SQL developers who want a quick way to prepare ready-to-run queries for end users, and business users who may want to run those queries without touching SQL. In this session, we will create an ODBC connection using AI without needing to remember driver syntax or connection details. Extract the database schema using AI-generated SQL query and save it for future use. Then load the schema into D4E so AI can write highly accurate queries based on the real database structure. By the end of this session, you'll see how AI and D4E work together to remove the guesswork from SQL development, how developers and business users can collaborate using the two-tier methodology, and then how to create a complete menu-driven SQL application in minutes. So now let us begin. So from this session, we start by giving an AI command wherein we want to extract the schema, or rather we want to create an SQL that will extract the schema. From here we can see an SQL has been created based on the AI suggestion for our database, and this we can now execute using one of the menu options. We execute it first by setting up the menu, and we click on this, and we have to begin with an SQL created by the AI that we will submit. So the same SQL that the AI just created, we have executed here, and it has now produced a result which is in fact the schema that we were after. So we need to give this schema to D4E and to the AI so that for when we ask for more SQL, he can use this schema. So to do that, let's introduce this to the D4E by renaming it as this sheet name. From here on, D4E and the AI can use this as a schema. We can now proceed with more AI commands. In this case, we want to ask the AI to now give us some useful business SQL or business extracts. Here we're saying to create an SQL to show some rental summary from our database. So first we create the SQL. And when it's done, AI would have generated the SQL. And we can see it has created this SQL. Let's try and execute this and see how it works. In here, it is actually executing well, and it is asking for parameters. We've actually asked for a parameter for the last name, and we can now submit and execute this SQL. So as you can see, the SQL works that was created, and it produces the report that we are after. And just for the next step, we can now prepare the menus for the business user to use. As you can see, we have actually created menus, and we have here 2 menus. This was the last SQL we created. It is now in a menu. It was the first SQL we created, which was actually just to get some schema information, and we can continue making more SQLs, business-like SQLs, or business useful SQLs, and then we can continue and then create menu items for them. To recap, when a business user takes over this application, he only needs to use the menu here. We created the SQL using English-like conversation with AI. AI then assembled the correct SQLs for us, and D4E easily transformed the SQLs to menu-driven apps. The business user then takes over to execute apps without SQL skills. That's all, and thank you very much.